Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whitley Awards for International Nature Conservation, or the Green Oscars, as they are now known. Tonight is the culmination of a global search to identify some of the world's most effective grassroots conservation leaders and celebrate their groundbreaking work for wildlife. To start the evening, please welcome on stage the founder of WFN, the extraordinary and wonderful Edward Whitley.
Last year we celebrated our 25th anniversary, and many of you here tonight kindly joined us for our Hope Gala dinner at the Natural History Museum. And thanks to your generosity, we hit our target. We raised, after all costs, we raised £1 million, which we're going to reinvest in our Winners Network. Now, 25 years, it also felt like a good time to take stock. We commissioned an independent impact assessment report. We worked with Oxford University, and we reviewed the impact of our winners and their projects. Now, collectively, our winners have increased protection over some 90 million hectares. Now, this includes land, sea, and fresh water. And to give you an idea of that scale, that equates to about 4 times the size of the UK. 69% of our winners report that in their project sites, threats have been reduced and the populations of wildlife are either stable or increasing. And 79% of our winners report that on winning a Whitley Award, they receive increased media attention in their countries. So the recognition is a vital part of their success. It helps open all kinds of doors, and of course some of these doors are doors to each other, because now about half our winners are collaborating both within and across national boundaries, joining forces for conservation. Next year, world leaders, they come together in China to review and set international targets for wildlife conservation. These targets need to be bold. Urgent action is required from politicians, from industry, from the public to tackle global warming and to protect wildlife. And it's not too late to turn things around. Our winners prove this to us each day.
So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce our 6 new Whitley Award winners.
Today, I want to present a different side of Madagascar. It is a wonderful island, but where coastal communities are among the poorest and the most isolated people in the world. We have managed to break that isolation and to give those fishing communities a voice, a loud voice. Madagascar's traditional fishers are amazing people. They know more than any of us about marine resources, and they are the guardians of the sea. The Whitley Award will allow us to achieve our ambitions through training community leaders to better manage marine resources and work with government for policy reform.
I started working with birds of prey soon after my graduation, and then in particular with the Chaco eagle. This bird is found across arid and semi-arid habitats of South America. These ecosystems are very fragile and cover a great portion of our planet. Although not always considered that way, they hold a great diversity of amazing species. The Whitley Award will allow us to protect not only the endangered Chaco eagle, but also other wildlife species in these habitats. To do this, it is imperative to work in collaboration with local people.
I was born and raised in Ghana's protected areas. My father was a park warden, and so I spent most of my childhood running about the West African savannas and chasing baboons sometimes. When I was 7, I lost my father, who was only 45 years old. When I think of species extinction, I think of my father. I think of losing a dear loved one with no possibility of ever having him back. And this is why halting species extinction has been one of my life's passion. Since 2005, I've been doing everything I can to give the Togo slippery frog a fighting chance to survive. And with this Whitley Award, I have the opportunity to make this happen. I would like to dedicate this award in memory of my father and other eco-warriors who have paid the ultimate price protecting wildlife and forest.
I have been passionate about wildlife since I was a little boy, and this made me to join the Bulgarian RSPB when I was just 15 years old. And 7 years later, I saw my first red-breasted geese flying through the early mist in the morning at Durankulak Lake. Nowadays, the global population concentrates for wintering in Bulgaria. One would think that it's safe and easy to solve the problems in a EU member state, but it's not. Big money is more powerful than legislation, and urban development is always a threat. With the Whitley Awards, the geese will continue to find safe feeding places and roosting lakes in Bulgaria, but we also want to help to ensure that the geese migrate safely from Russia through Kazakhstan and Ukraine and into Romania and Bulgaria in collaboration with our partners in these countries.
As an undergraduate student, I visited Cocos Island. There, I saw a hammerhead shark for the first time. I went back to the university, determined to study the conservation of hammerhead shark. It is here that I met 2004 Whitley Award Randall Arauz, and we began working together. I visited several fishing communities, and I saw that the fishing of juvenile hammerheads was taking place all along the coast without any restriction. In 2009, together with Andres Lopez, my life and work partner, I founded the NGO Misión Tiburón, dedicated to identifying a nursery area for this endangered species. Oceans with sharks are healthy oceans. This is my vision for the future.
My home and the home of the orangutan is rapidly changing due to palm oil expansion, mining, and illegal logging. I personally believe that the key to protecting our rainforest from further destruction is with support from the government and by working with local communities. That is why I partner with people such as illegal loggers and miners and teach them how to make money without destroying the forest. Hopefully, we can make Borneo green again.
Wildlife conservation can so often feel like a losing battle, but these awards always give me, and I know a lot of you as well, a renewed sense of conservation optimism. Receiving a Whitley Award is a moment of great achievement, but this is just the start of your journey. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it requires sustained commitment, not just from our winners, but from all of us. WFN stays in touch with the winners, repeat funding them via its continuation funding programme. And over half of all Whitley Award alumni have gone on to win multi-year continuation funding grants, which are worth up to £100,000. We're going to move on now to tonight's top prize. It's the Whitley Gold Award. The Gold Award really represents the pinnacle of the WFN journey, with the recipient being a past Whitley Award winner who's also received continuation funding and has achieved considerable things for conservation internationally. So let's see who takes this amazing Gold Award this year.
Being here is a major planetary honor, and the product of dozens of people collaborating decades to save a species from extinction. But when I say that this award is important to me, I mean much more than that. An issue that keeps coming back, both in my academic and my conservation career, is that the highest biodiversity and conservation need happen at the places where there are fewer trained professionals and fewer resources available to address them. This is what I call the biodiversity paradox. To me, what the Whitley Awards do to help balance this paradox is what makes them more important. As a Gold Award winner, I'm able to collaborate with the impressive network of winners to reflect on the paradox and how we can increase capacity and investment in biodiversity-rich countries. Much, much more money is spent on destroying nature than on protecting it. but we conservationists know how to do conservation. Many examples of conservation success exist. The 6 that we heard about tonight are just an example of that. So to prevent extinction, we need to have the right people in the right place at the right time. To achieve this, we need to bolster local players that can have the highest impact for nature conservation.
Effective environmental leadership requires sustained commitment and sustained support. And this first 25 years, which we will also underline, has proven just how important that sustained support really is. So it's been a huge pleasure to be part of this journey for only 20 years. As I say, coming here every year is a humbling experience, knowing just what has been achieved by our individual winners. So I think there's a lot to celebrate over that 25 years and a lot to look forward to. Now, I know that getting that £1 million this year was a little out of the ordinary. It did hugely add to our ability to do the sort of levels of support that I think you all expect of us now. And I think it would be hopefully unacceptable to most of you to reduce that bar which we have raised. So hopefully you can see and you can hear from our winners that they do make extremely good use of the funds that you raise and the support that you offer, and that you would really want to be able to offer them certainly not less and possibly more in the future. So thank you.
And as Her Royal Highness said, we are so grateful for the fundraising success of the 25th anniversary, which enabled us, as she said, to raise the bar for winners. And looking to the future, we do really want to keep that bar high and maintain what we can offer our winners in funding to support really effective wildlife conservation projects right across the world. Congratulations again to 6 wonderful, inspiring, hope-giving winners. You have done amazing work, and I know you will continue to do so. Thanks in no small part to our wonderful donors who make these awards possible. Thank you all very much indeed for being part of the Green Oscars 2019. Good night.